What's up, everybody? I'm JGott, and today I got a special guest in here, King Grimpachi.
Yeah, what's up?
We're going to talk about this online gaming game pay. I guess you could call it a paywall. That we got to pay just to play our console games online with the PS4 and the Xbox One specifically. And I'll give a little history. Why it kind of bothers me now, as it didn't before with the PS3, but it's starting to bother me a little bit now. When I first started gaming online, is with the PC back like in '96. The game my favorite online game to me to this day is Quake 1 Team Fortress, or Mega Team Fortress, for those that may or may not know the mod, because that's where Team Fortress spawned from. It was Quake 1 back in the '90s. So when I first played this game online, we had different mods. First of all, it was a mod for a game, and then I experienced like admins in the servers that would kick people, or you can actually lock down a server to where it's just only password only, and you can have clans. And we had a website to go to try to schedule our practices and things like that. And that's how I was introduced to online gaming. Where there's total freedom with the game you're playing. So if I want to start a game, I could be the host. I can do whatever I wanted. The matches gotta have low gravity, to where you jump and you're jumping all the way to the top of the map and doing all sorts of nonsense like that. And I moved on from there, and I went to Counter-Strike, and that was a Half-Life mod in itself. And I had matches where you can only use the AWP, which is a sniper rifle, or there was like a shotgun match or all knife match. That's it. I mean, that's how the mod or the admin will set up the match. And it was a lot of fun that way, because you weren't playing just a standard version of the game. You were playing just like a custom match for that game. And I think that's what's missing in these games we're playing nowadays, that we got to pay to play online. We're paying to play a standard map with no customization added to it. So that's what I think that's what's bothering me. I can't really speak so much for King, but King and I were talking about it last night and decided just to do a little, more or less a podcast on it, just to kind of discuss a little bit more. So King, I'll let you pass the mic to you so we can see what you got to say.
Yeah, just a little background on my online gaming experience. I've always played games online. It started off basically playing online on the PC, because when around, I played games like Doom and stuff online when they used to have it was a way you could play with people and shit. And I used to play what's the other game? Quake. But it was like I was, I'd be at school or whatever, and people would have it up, and we'll be able to find a way to play LAN parties. That was just something, we did. It wasn't like I was really deep into it or even understood what I was doing. But I did notice a lot of features that the PC would have when it comes to online gaming. Like I remember playing Halo 1 a lot online, because the original Xbox only had local multiplayer. And I remember we could set up matches on any map, or rockets only, and crap like that. And that stuff did trickle to the consoles, but normally that's not something that's just like on a playlist. That's like a special event every now and again, or it's a private match scenario.
Yeah, but, like as if you go to match or the lobby, tell everybody, hey, we're doing this only. Yeah. It wasn't like an option where you just use this weapon. But go ahead.
Yeah, like for a good example, like if you like Call of Duty or whatever on PC, you could go to a lobby that tells you, hey, this is a quick scoping lobby. It's so detailed to the point, if you're not quick scoping, they'll kick you. Like if you're hard scoping, you're out the game. So they have all those options, and those options are just free. That's someone hosting a server, and then some people charge for servers, but most of the time it's just them running it off their own shit, and it's free. They don't have to do anything about it. And like I said, Activision, Call of Duty 4 for the most part, and World at War, there are no hosted Activision servers. You can't find anyone in those lobbies, and you probably can't even find one. Like most of those servers that are up, just normal gamers that's hosting a server. But going back to my history with online gaming, the first console game I really played online a lot was probably Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2. I used to play that a lot, and I used to play Halo 2. and then it went on and on. Like, but I've always felt like charging for online was a little like lame,
Yeah.
because I understood, well, first off, before I even understood that, like, I really wasn't connected to Microsoft servers or Sony servers or whoever. I just felt it odd because most times I played an online game, it was either on like a PS2, which didn't charge, or it was on like my PC. And I was like, I don't see why I have to pay here. And then when I really realized, hey, it's just a paywall. It's not even like, they're not doing anything to improve my online. They're not like doing, and then all these other extra features of like admins and mods and not mods like, mods, but I mean like moderators and people making sure that the server's cool. No one's in there cheating. No one's doing some dickish shit. Like, no one's being racist, I guess, or anything like that. None of that's involved, but we pay for it. Like, one of my biggest complaints with Xbox Live is like in most services, like Skype, I don't pay for Skype. Skype has ads because I don't pay for it. I think if you pay for it, the ads go away. I'm pretty sure they do. If they don't, then that's stupid too. Like, Xbox Live has ads all over the place, but you pay for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see ads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm gonna see an advertisement, I don't mind seeing it like in the storefront, but not on my dashboard though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I mean, I ain't trying to say it's okay for somebody and not okay for another, but like, for example, like for PSN store, if I go there, I'll see, I think they have like maybe an ad for deodorant, I think it was, or something, but they're not throwing it at you. It's just there and at the beginning of the screen, and you can scroll down and go to your games. I don't mind seeing that. It's a store, so but I like if I load up my PSN, my PlayStation Now or whatever, I don't want to see an ad being thrown at me on my XMB, my main screen. Something like that, like I've noticed with Xbox, they do that. So they're making money not off just the ads, but they're making money just off you in general signing into Xbox, or having an Xbox Live account. So it's like they're double dipping, and I don't understand why they have to have ads there. It's like we're gamers. If you're showing advertisement, advertise a video game. That makes more sense. I mean, Steam does that, and I don't have an Origin account, but I can't really speak on an Origin, but I know Steam has that feature. And to go back on what you were saying about the mods and such like that, it's like the first game I played on the console online was Phantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast. That game was the game that kind of opened the door for me, like for console gaming online, and not just for console gaming online, but just for an RPG aspect, I guess you can say. So I started with that, and then I played Quake and Unreal, I believe, for Dreamcast Online as well. Quake was kind of hard to play that game for the controller, especially the Dreamcast controller, but I played it. You know what I mean? So that's when I started, and then I moved to PS2, and I started playing Final Fantasy 11 because I was a part of the beta for that. And the only thing I had to pay for it was a subscription to Final Fantasy, which is the MMO. So MMOs, okay, to bring that up too, with MMOs, paying a monthly fee with an MMO is the same category as being as bad as having an Xbox Live and PS Plus account. But the difference between the two is that there's events that they host, there's expansion packs that they throw in there, sometimes for free, not all the time though. There's server maintenance. Those servers don't have problems. The only time they go down is for maintenance. They don't go down sporadically because of some butthead wants to decide to do a DDoS attack to it and things like that. But these servers are worldwide servers, and they're always running all the time. So besides when they have maintenance, but other than that, they're always running all the time. So you're paying for server maintenance and tech support. That's what you're paying for. And these games are massive. I mean, they're not just some run-of-the-mill like Elder Scrolls and stuff like that. Now, these games, people will clock in more than 200 hours. People are clocking in years of time into these games. No bullshit. I mean, for me to playing Final Fantasy 11 for 6 years, I've clocked in, I think last I checked, I haven't played the game for about 2 years or so. Last I checked, I had over a year's worth of time in that game. A year, so that's quite a bit of time I invested into that game, but I felt like I got my money's worth too, at the same time, and I guess going forward from that, we come to the new generation, like the OG Xbox had Xbox Live, the 360, you need to have it as well in order to play online. The PS3 didn't have that, PS2 didn't have that, but now to the current generation, you need to have PS4 and a 360, you have to have an online PS Plus account and a live account in order to play games, multiplayer games online. Not excluding, not including the free-to-play games on the PlayStation side. But for Call of Duties, your Battlefields, things like that, you need to have an online pass, basically, a live or plus account in order to play these games online. But they're not really benefiting the consumer anything. You're just playing a regular map. That's it. So I guess my gripe is that for me coming from playing online games back in the 90s, seeing what it delivered, I expected that going forward in the future, with these console games, but we don't get that. And for me to put a comparison, how I feel is like sending me to a third world country with all the knowledge I have now and not be able to, connect to the internet on my cell phone. It's like, why can't I do this? I'm so used to having these things, and now they're not there. And I would like to have those things back. And it's not hard for them to do this at all. All it is there's an option in the game. I mean, it's nothing extensive they need to do. People might think, well, there's no money, they need to invest more money. Nah, there's no money invested at all. It's just changing an option in the game type. That's all it is. Those options are locked away from the user. It's not like they can't change those things at the admin level, because that's where their admin tools, is something that they can easily change that they're not doing and they're not delivering. So that's how I feel about it, is that these games can progress extensively if they had these added features in there, or these mods, or just these admin support. For instance, for example, I was thinking about this not long ago. Wouldn't it be something if you bought Call of Duty, and I'll use that because it's a household name now. If you bought Call of Duty for $60, right? But you have an interest in map design. If Activision sold you like the admin tools for additional $40 to $50, right? They sold you the additional tools to where you can use your controller to design a map. I mean, hell, Little Big Planet is already doing that. They've done that already, so it's been proven. People can create levels using a controller.
You can do it on the PC.
Yeah, this is true though, but I'm speaking on a console standpoint, because the average person may not. But well, F it. If you're gonna spend $50 to design a map, you might as well use a keyboard and mouse. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying, I mean, look, we know that we got different, diverse people on PC. I'm saying, I'm pretty sure some person out there that found a way to use the map editor in COD with a damn Xbox controller.
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm saying, like, this stuff, stuff like that isn't offered. But go ahead.
But let's say there's an option like for the console version, you can use that map, that map design pack or editor pack that like they sell to you at an extra price because you're interested in doing it. You can use a keyboard or a controller. I'd rather use a keyboard and mouse because it probably cuts time in half, literally.
Yeah.
I would use that. You plug it up to your console. Because all the consoles can recognize the keyboard and mouse anyway. So just plug it up, design the map, and then just submit it. You're using the tools that the company's giving you, so you can submit the map and then have it in rotation, or just have it in a regular rotation. I mean, so I don't understand why they don't have things like that. I mean, I understand, but I don't understand why they don't allow other people to do it. And the reason why I understand they don't do it is because they want to sell you these maps later. These quote unquote custom maps that they made later. But at the same time, that the community is capable of creating maps of their own. I mean, and I think that's one thing that needs to be implemented. I would like to see it be implemented, but I don't know who's going to do it first. Probably an indie company will probably do it first, but I'd like to see a bigger company, like a AAA company, do it first to allow the consumers to actually design their own maps and then play them. I mean, there's always to say it's impossible is the wrong word to use, because Little Big Planet, between all three versions of it, can play all their maps that have been created by the users. So it's very easily, it can be done through COD, Battlefield, or whatever, so it can be done.
And to put in a better light, like you can use Halo, for example. I remember, I know people are going to say, what you're saying, they're going to lose money because if you could just make a map, then no one's going to buy DLC maps. That's not true, because Halo 3 with Forge, there were plenty of maps online you could download that mimic the DLC maps that you had to pay extra for. even though it didn't look the same, you know, as in because you know the visuals weren't a tool, but how the map played was exactly the same because those people were really detailed, know how to like recreate a map, a DLC map. But it didn't matter. People still bought the DLC maps because you know some people just want to play on the original. They want to play on the original thing. They don't want to play on a custom made one. So I just want to throw that out there. People be like, well, they might lose money. Well, no, that's not the case. Like, you know, even now, like if you play COD 4 or if you play World at War, if you go to a lobby, like there are lobbies that say Modern Warfare 2 lobby in COD 4, you go into there, someone modded, recreated, very, very detailed, the same guns, how they perform, everything like Modern Warfare 2. You know, this is not exactly the same, you know what I'm saying? Because it's still a mod, but it's close enough for you to be like, well, why do I need to buy Modern Warfare 2? But people still buy the extra, the other installment, the new, like when I can mod in ghost weapons in COD 4, and then they balance them to work in COD 4 and not be overpowered pieces of shit, then yeah, that's some cool features that I would like to see come to consoles. But I don't want to go like completely with the mods because you know mods in consoles, most people act like that can't be done. But a lot of games they don't realize Forge is basically modifications. Little Big Planet is modifications. It's really no different. When you can make a first-person shooter out of Little Big Planet, I don't think that's something that they were planning you could do. You know what I'm saying? That's not something they were like, oh man, I think they can make first-person shooters out of this thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the thing is the tools are there, and then they don't know what people are going to do with them. And I think what it is, like even our Final Fantasy 7 mod that somebody did for the Little Big Planet, it took the guy 2 years to do it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the people over there at it's a Media Molecule, they didn't think somebody's going to do all that. I mean, it's a sandbox game. You can do whatever you want, you know, and to the game's limitations though. But again, even I'm sorry, I got to jump back. I'm like a rabbit here, but even to go back to the question that I brought up was, what are we actually paying for? Because we're paying $50 to $60 a year to be able to play this games online, but what are they really giving us in return? Like I brought it up in a video I made. I think you did too, King, as well, King. Is that we have no admin support, we have no events, there's no clan battles, there's no just random matches that are just like silly matches, I guess you can say, like with low gravity or just shotguns or just knives only. There's nothing there. Like it's just what the developer made on the disc, but now part of it is locked away because we had to pay to have this online pass as access just to play it against other people, which is kind of strange. It's strange if you just say it. It's like, okay, I bought a game and you bought the same game, but for us to play online, I gotta pay somebody else to pay it online. It's like
that doesn't even make sense to most people. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. But the thing is that we're forced to pay for this. We're not forced, like our hands are tied, but in order to get the other experience, we got to pay for it. So I just don't understand why we got to do that. And not to mention, we're never connecting to we got to connect to the console servers first. We need to be Xbox Live or PS Plus or PSN. Then we go to the actual developer server. So it's like, you know, with the PC sense, the middle person not even there anymore. It's just you and the server. You know, the console standpoint is you, the Xbox corporation, Xbox or PlayStation, and then you go to the actual developer server. So I don't understand what benefit am I getting going to the person in the middle, because if anything, they're cutting the connection a little bit because we got to connect to them, and if their connection is not, you know, I guess reliable, going to the actual developers. You know, the server, your latency or your lag could vary. I mean,
that's another reason I want to bring up, and I'm glad you said that. Like, that's why like Xbox Live, PSN needs to improve, because if Activision servers, if I want to play Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, and Activision servers are working perfectly fine, but Live isn't, or Plus isn't, I'm fucked. Yep. I have to go through you to get over here, and it's not even like going through you offers me anything. You're just blocking me because I'm on your device.
Yep.
That's all it is to it. Like, and I know a lot of people say, you know, well, they offer other features that make up the difference. To me, they do not. That's your own opinion. You can have that. But to me, they don't, because I don't care about games for gold. I don't care about plus games, because to lay out what live offers you and what plus offers you, live actually is basically like plus now. The only thing that's behind a paywall with live, like free to play games are now free to play. You don't need live for free to play games.
Are you sure about that one?
That's what I'm told. That you don't because people say you can play Warframe and with a silver account. Silver account means you don't have that just means you're connected to the internet. You don't have gold.
All right.
If that's the case, then that's the case. But live, basically what you're paying for is party chat access, playing half your games online, and games for gold. PS Plus, what's behind the paywall is playing half your games. The plus games, I gotta remember. Going back to Xbox Live does have gold deals and
like discounts.
Discounts and shit like that. So with Plus, you get the plus discounts, you get the plus games, you get to play half your games online, you get share play. It's kind of weird because if you have Plus, then you can share play with somebody. But if you don't have Plus, you can share play. You can still share play with someone. You just can't host it, which is like that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You would think it'll be like, if you're not paying for it, you would think you would be able to just host it, or I don't know. Like either way, it just sounds weird, because if you're not paying for Plus, but you can still join someone's share play event, it's almost like you're mooching off there and you're not contributing to anything. You know what I'm saying? You're not paying for nothing at all. So you might want to they might want to throw share play the whole entire feature under Plus. Like that makes a lot more sense, or just don't have it or surrounded with Plus at all. So that's what Plus offers you, right? I don't know if I missed anything. I don't remember, but
no
discounts, half your games, the Plus games, and share play. That's what they offer you. So as far as I understand, games with gold, people have been bitching, complaining, saying that the games they're offering with gold are not they're not good. Last year, I was hearing people bitch and complain that the games for Plus that they offer are a bunch of indie games, and they don't like those either.
For Plus or for Gold?
For Plus and Gold, I was hearing both. I was hearing both parties were unsatisfied. A lot of people were saying, "Why you keep offering indie games? You keep offering indie games
because they're cheap."
Then you go over to the multiplayer side. All last year, I've been hearing Live and Plus has been going down, and Live and Plus has issues.
As a matter of fact, I hate to cut you off like that though, but I haven't read the full article yet. But the headline stating that Live is down already.
Yeah, Live. I think Live is down today. I don't know. I keep hearing Live is down.
It could be in certain areas though. But go ahead.
So, if all last year I'm hearing Live is fucked up when it comes to their connection, PS Plus is fucked up when it comes to the connection, and you're not satisfied. Most people weren't satisfied with the offerings from Gold and the offerings from Plus. So you pay $50 or $60 that year, and you got a shitty year. But when people like me and you say, "Man, they should improve their services," nah, they're good. That doesn't even make sense. I swear to God, I heard all last year, man, the games they're offering with Plus, man, I don't want these indie games. I played these games before. I don't want this. Games with Gold. Hear the same shit. The Xbox Live is always going down, apparently. PS Plus is always going down. Everybody's having issues on both parties. We step up. We say, you know what? Maybe they should improve their services. They're already getting money. It's no reason why Xbox Live definitely hasn't improved their service. I think Live got worse, actually. Xbox One.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, man. As in, like it's not really spoke about. And that's the thing. Like a lot of people aren't really saying anything. It's kind of like water under a bridge when stuff goes down. But we're paying for services, and just like anything else, just like if my internet went down today, which I'm with Uverse, and I got my gripe against them. But one thing I can say is that I have never experienced an outage unless my whole block lost power. You know what I mean? But if their stuff goes down due to their end, or somebody hit a cable line digging in the backyard or something, I get reimbursed. You know what I mean? For that day or that for that time. Whether it be a day, a week, or whatever, I get reimbursed. If Live and PSN goes down, I mean, it's kind of like this is after the fact, but even before, we were never reimbursed ever. I mean, and the thing is that even in the terms of agreement, it states that there could be downtime or they're not liable for some services. I get that, and I understand all that, but as as being good to your consumers, you should reimburse them, even though we had agreed, in fine print that, hey, I know it's going to be down, but as a business, to keep your customers there, you should reimburse them. You don't have to give them a free game, just reimburse them that day or that week that you guys were down. Mathematically, it's not much money at all. It's literally change you can find in your car that they can owe you. Like for PSN being down for 3 days, it's only 50 cents. I mean, that's nothing. Some people were down for 5 days, and the Red Dragon, I saw his video. He did the math a little more than I did, and it all equals the same. It's like 65 cents. It's not like there's a lot of money that's lost. And honestly, for these companies, it's probably no money lost, because all that stuff is already equated into the budget for the year. They have money set aside for money that's going to be lost, for whatever reason. So it's not like they can't afford it. You know what I mean? PS3 is still free. So it's not like they can't afford to not reimburse everybody or just don't charge them for X amount of days. It's nothing. If anything, it makes you look good as a company if you reimburse your consumers for being down. That's how I look at it. It's kind of like the whole thing you brought up by waiting in line at McDonald's. If you're waiting in line for 20 minutes and then they say, hey, sorry for your wait, we're gonna give you apple pie, or we're gonna upsize your drink or whatever, they give you something for free, it kind of like makes you, I guess, it kind of makes it look like the company is they're full sorry for your wait, and
or they care or something, like, or maybe not even that. Maybe if they don't offer you anything and you say, yo, I think I was waiting for a while, whatever, and they give you something, it makes a customer say, okay, they give some iota of a fuck, maybe I'll come back again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like I said, these two services, if you look at like what Live is today, you look at what Plus is today, like I brought this up before, like PS3 Vita, free, completely free, same connection, same issues, but I'm not paying anything for it. So now that I am paying, or will be paying whenever I get a PS4, or that there are people already paying for the 4, well, I would logically think that there would be some type of improvements or talk of improvements, because like what people don't know what improvements are. See, improvements aren't adding new things. Improvements are fixing and adding on to the shit that was fucked up. I want you to improve, not keep, like, if you made a pair of shoes and your pair of shoes are like fucking shitty, and like people's feet are like busting out the shoes because you use cheap ass material, but the next time you make a new pair, all you did was like change the color and shit. You improved the design, but the shoe is still shitty. Yep. My foot is still busting out. No, I want you to improve what's already broken. Mm-hmm. Or even if it ain't broken, if it's not satisfactory, if it's not good enough, you improve that too. So Live and Plus needs to step their game up.
Yeah, and one thing is that, I mean, I'm a tech guy, but I'm not a network tech guy per se. I know my way around it though. But I'm curious if on the console version of Warframe and Black Flag Retribution, since they're free to play games, are we really connected to PSN server or even Xbox Live server to get to play these games? Like, if I don't have a Plus account or a Live account, am I bypassing their server to go straight to the developer server? Nope.
You still have to, like, even though they don't charge, like, even though you don't got to pay for Live or Plus, you can't play, like, if like PS Plus is down, right? When PS Plus and Live were down, you still couldn't get to Warframe or anything because you have to go through them to get to the, and see, that's what people don't get. Like what if you only play Final Fantasy 14 on your PS4? Then that's all you pay for, and that's all you want to play or whatever. Well, if Plus goes down, you have to go through them to get through the real people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what? I should have tried that during the time we were down.
Oh, people tried Warframe and stuff. They like Retribution. They couldn't do it. Oh, you mean Final Fantasy?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, the only thing the PS4 is even like me being I could try it, but I don't know how it's gonna work. But I could try it after this. I can log out and just boot the game. Actually, you know what? It might not even work.
That won't work that way.
Because like I believe until I try it, so those who are listening to this, don't take my word don't take full value what I'm saying. But if I think right, if I'm not logged in, the game might not launch because it can't verify the user. So it's a digital game. The one I have is actually on the console itself. But all in all, I don't connect to PSN servers. Like my name doesn't go over. Like I connect to Square servers and so on and so forth, because the game is a cross-platform game through PC and PS4. But I should have checked that though to see if the game was still launched, even though I can't log into PSN though.
And that's another thing. Like I watched Black Preon and stuff, and no, he did not do the shit where your PS4 is not your main account or whatever. He couldn't play his physical games. He couldn't play his digital games when PS Network was down. And no, he did. Like I said, he did not do the thing where you're not the primary owner. And the only way he could play his game is if he signed into account that is not tied to any PlayStation ID whatsoever.
Really? Because I had the Binding of Isaac, the free to play game they gave out. Not free to play, the PlayStation Plus game. That game booted up just fine. I was able to play it. But in Justice, like that game, since it was a PS Plus title, it was looking for it would hang and like it's looking for something. You know what I mean?
His was doing the same thing. It would hang and it wouldn't do anything. Like he said, he let it sit there and it would never go past the loading. It would just keep loading forever and ever. And then all his games were doing that, like Strider. But the thing that was weird about he didn't have Injustice through Plus. He just had the disc. So he had hard copy. He had hard copy, and he was doing that shit. So I'm like, so what? I have to be connected to PSN to get something. Like what is it looking for? It shouldn't be looking for anything.
There's got to be the game then, I guess, in that standpoint.
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, all the consoles have DRM. Everything has DRM. It just depends on how extreme it is. Like Steam has DRM in the sense of you have to have Steam to run this game. That's about as far as that goes. That's all it is. You need Steam. If you have a game through Steam, you have to have Steam on your computer. Download it. That's it. It's not like, Steam will block you from playing a game offline. You can play all of your games on Steam. Unplug your internet from the Ethernet. Unplug your internet, all that shit. As long as Steam is downloaded, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. You don't need any internet connection.
That's why, like, if you go to Humble Bundle, they have a DRM free games, which doesn't require you to have like a Steam account.
Yeah, you don't need anything.
Yeah, or good old games. I think it's the same way. You just download the game like you just download, like, I don't know, Firefox or something. As long as you have the operating system to run it, it'll run. So yeah, I know what you mean on that part.
So, like, I don't know what his situation was. I don't know why it wouldn't, like, play his games. Like, and all the games were doing the same exact thing, where he'll load it up and it would just linger. Or Strider went to the menu, but when he tried to press buttons, it would freeze. It wouldn't even let him do anything. So I don't know what that was. It could be his PlayStation 4. Who knows? But he didn't have these issues, like he said, when he logged into a user account that was not tied to any PlayStation ID whatsoever. Everything worked fine. The only thing was he couldn't access his saved data from his other account because he's not logged in. So I don't know what that is or what that means. So,
you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if some sort of update comes out from both companies, and it has some jib jab in there saying it's like a stability patch, or Microsoft uses whatever New York lawyer talk. And actually, they remove a lot of things that could be detrimental to the console, like if it's not connected to the internet or to their services. Because I can understand if the PS Plus games don't work, you know what I mean, because it needs to verify that my account is up to date. I can understand that, you know what I mean. I get that. I'm not saying that that's how it works, but I can understand that. If I download a game and then the next day my subscription expires, I don't expect the game to play because it can't verify that my subscription is valid. That I understand. Now, if I download a game, I bought the game and it's not working, and I can't log in, that's a problem. You know what I mean? But I'm not too sure why that guy you subscribe is having that issue. You know, he shouldn't, which is kind of weird. You know, because once you download the game is on your hard drive. And I think that's it, because it's licensed to that console.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like he said, you know, he didn't do. It's not like his shit is at the primary account or anything like that. So I was like, well, then I don't know what the issue is, especially when it came to Injustice, and that was the disc. So I have no idea. But like I said, like all their devices have some form of DRM. Like if you don't know, the Vita has DRM. You know, if you ever get a used Vita game, it'll immediately say this Vita game was owned by somebody else. You have to do something in order to play it, and then you press X, and then you can then play it. Or if you put a memory card in that was owned by someone else, it'll say this memory card was licensed or owned by a previous user. Would you like to format it? Like, so they have DRM on these platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure it's not going back to E3 where it's like that extreme level of bullshit DRM. I don't mind DRM if it's like Steam. I don't mind DRM if it's like something of that nature. But if it's like I can't play my shit, you know, then that's when I'm like I can't deal with that.
Yeah. And to go back on the Vita stuff, one of my boys, he loaned me Mortal Kombat. I was able to play the game, but I couldn't access, like, I guess, I don't know what it does. It writes something to the memory stick on the Vita. But for some reason, I wasn't unable to, I guess, save my game or something. You know what I mean? I can't remember exactly what it said, but the game was pretty much under his account. You know what I mean? Like, nobody knows about it. I didn't know that even exists. You know, I thought I'll be able just to play the game just fine. Nah, like I could play the game, but I wasn't able to do saves or get trophies from it. So it was kind of weird. You know, it kind of weirded me out there. There's probably a way around it. You know, I think in order for me to do it, I had to delete like some of the stuff, I guess, on the disc, you know, on the memory card. But you know, I was just borrowing it. I wasn't gonna go that route. You know, I don't want to piss my friend off or anything. You know, because he probably worked pretty hard to get stuff he needed to get in the game. But yeah, again, yeah, there's always a form of DRM somewhere. You know what I mean? And I don't think we're gonna get away with it. Meaning, I don't think it's ever gonna go away. It's just how, you know, it's to help prevent pirating of software. That's what it boils down to. I mean, really, that's why even for on your cell phone, at least for my iPhone, anytime you buy a song from iTunes, you can't really drag it off the phone or anything. Like, it's licensed to that account, which you can log into like iTunes on your computer and like listen to the song there, but it's encrypted in like a different language. Granted, there's probably stuff out there to decrypt it, but it's encrypted so it can't be used anywhere else. I mean, like, so like it's just we're living in a digital era, and you know, I guess they got to find ways to try to, you know, still make their money and still somehow get verification that whoever is getting this is legitimate. But I'm sorry, but I think we're getting kind of off topic.
Oh yeah. I don't want to get off topic, but to answer your question about Mortal Kombat, because I went to go look it up. Yeah. Apparently, and I didn't even know this, some Vita games apparently save to the cartridge. So Mortal Kombat is one of them, and when you put in a used copy, and it has saved data on there, and it's noticing you're not signed in as the original owner, and what you have to do is you have to hard press the icon and delete the previous save, because apparently it doesn't save to your memory card, it saves to the cartridge itself.
That's interesting.
Yeah, which is weird, because I wish every Vita game saved to the cartridge itself.
Yeah.
Because that shit takes up a lot of data. But
yeah, because even people may laugh at it, even 8 megabytes or whatever, you know, paying I don't know, $30 for a 16 gig, man. You're trying to save as much space as you can. You know what I mean? You know, let it be 1 megabyte, 8 megabytes, whatever. That shit ain't cheap. You know what I mean? It boils down to it. But going back to these services again, like, I know I'm repeating myself, but you really got to ask yourself, the consumer, what has Live or PS Plus done for me online, for online gaming? Not these other features, for online gaming. What has it done for you? And for me, being a PS Plus, and I used to have Xbox Live subscriber, They haven't done anything. I mean, they haven't done one thing for me. You know,
Well,
they
blocked
have.
us.
Yeah, been blocked us if I having other things. I mean, like here I am. I'm paying Bad Company 2, and there's servers to where they're the XP is like double XP, and that's how the server's set up. You know, and for playing Counter-Strike, there's servers set up to where it's not, like I said earlier, it's nothing but snipers or knives and things like that. And honestly, playing games like that, man, they're kind of fun, man. 'Cause it's different. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with having different options out there. And I think some people listening to this might think, oh, we're just PC guys. Well, yeah, we play PC, but we also play consoles. And the way I see it is that why can't we have the same options on the same game elsewhere? It's like, why should console only players be locked down to these things only? For those that play on a console, you shouldn't be locked down to that. There's options there. I mean, I know you thought about, you know, hey, I wonder if I can play this game this way or that way. Why can't we do this? You know, for instance, like The Last of Us, I would love to be an online mode to where the clickers are in the match with you. Like, not only you got to fight the, you know, not only is PvP, but it's PvP versus E versus environment. So, you know, you're trying to hide from the other player, but then you're trying to actually hide from clickers in the game. I mean, so like stuff like that will be neat. They added that feature to the console version, but they won't. You know, I have to go to the PC and play a game that has that. I mean, DayZ has that, where you playing against other players and you're fighting the environment. I mean, so like it's just like I have other experiences in other areas in gaming, and I like that. And to me, I would like for everybody to at least get a chance to play those experiences, because they may like them. They may like them a lot, and I just think at the end of the day, being on the console all the time to play your games, you're not, you know, to me, I guess the best way to say it is that you only get a piece of the pie and not the whole pie. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. King, I don't know if you have anything else to say to that, like some closing statements maybe.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to say, like, you know, even if you feel the games for gold are a good offer, plus is a good offer, you're not just paying for that. You're paying for a multiplayer. You're really paying to be blocked. But if you're going to block me, then this is what I say you do. If I had to pay Sony for multiplayer, Xbox for multiplayer, how about this? I have to then, you make some servers, maybe you work out a deal with these companies, which they won't do because it's probably cost so much money. But if I have to connect to Sony to get to Activision servers, all right, now, instead of just forget Activision servers, how about you host your own Sony servers for this Call of Duty game? Then I know at least this is what I'm paying for. I'm paying because you're hosting something and I want this and that out of it. Like I said, like, when you're playing a Call of Duty match on console, what does everybody say? I'm tired of this motherfucker in the corner camping. I'm tired of him camping. On PC, someone keeps camping, there's an option that pops up like, hey, this person is camping. Or let's say a person is not moving. They're being idle. Vote to kick. That's a free option in the majority of PC online games.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason why you shouldn't have that free option that's already free now on the majority of these games now. It's no reason. It's no reason why you can't say, hey, I want to host a lobby where I'm earning XP to level up, but I want it to be snipers only, or I want it to be AKs only, or whatever. Like, it's no reason.
Yeah.
Ask for more features, get more things, and you know, like, you will see what I'm talking about. Like, and if you're gonna charge, you know, like I said, like, improve your services.
Basically, just if I'm paying for something, well, show me what I'm paying for.
Yeah, that too. Like, because if the argument is you're paying really for the plus games and the gold games, well, you can just separate the two. Then I don't have to pay for it, because plus is already separated. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. On other devices. So I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's really what I'm paying for, and you're just honestly tying the multiplayer in just to tie it in to, I guess, get stragglers that don't want the service, they want multiplayer, well then shit, I'm paying for nothing. Yeah, I'm just paying because you're being basically a dick. That's basically that boils down to.
Yep. And it's only a matter of time until people realize what actually is going on. And hopefully, it's sometime this year.
Yeah, like I see people now, like even people that really like Sony and stuff, like people like BG and stuff. Like BG plays on everything for the most part, but even him, he's like, yo, like by the end of this year, this shit should be improved. If it's not improved, it's a problem. You're charging now, so it should get improved. If it doesn't, then I'm telling you, I don't have a PS4, but I could be wrong. But what I'm to understand is, like, the last time Sony said anything about the 4, they said they were going to update it, and now you can see when people get online. And I'm like, wait a minute, you can't tell when someone's online, and apparently you can't.
And the Vita I can, the PS3 I can.
You can, but the 4 can't. That makes no sense.
But if somebody does a party chat, I know about it.
Yeah, a party like if it's something else too. I think Plus on the PS3 offers like game trials and it's some other features that the Plus offers on the PS3. Like Plus is more of a full service on the 3 than it is on the 4 and the Vita, because there's a lot more Plus features on the PS3.
Yeah, and somebody mentioned that I know who it is. I don't want to throw no names out, but I mentioned that it's up to the developers to have that game trial. Yeah, that's probably true, but now we're to the point that all these games you can download all these games. So it's real easy for them to put it in there, or Sony can put it in there. It's just a time limit. It's all it is. So
yeah. It's not even. It's like you download the full game, you get to play it for an hour, and even if it's up to the developers to offer trials, I mean, as far as I understand, the PS3 has trials still. So why doesn't the Vita or the 4 get trials? It's probably because Sony's not even asking or pushing for it, because they probably don't care.
Well, it's not even that though. But like I said earlier, all the games that are out can be downloaded, every single one of them. So for them to say it's up to the developer, it's kind of like
it really doesn't even matter, because all they have to do is just I think all Plus really probably does. You download the full entire game on the PS3, but you only get to play it for an hour. I mean, that's probably just a simple update to add a version like that. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not even a big deal.
I don't think it is. I mean, because I think once you like it, you want to buy it, it just downloads like a 100 kilobyte file to unlock it.
Yeah, to let you understand, like it's no different than if you had
it's just coding coding. That's all it is.
It's just like what's the shit games like the Xbox Live arcade demos. You used to download the full arcade game, but you could only play a demo portion of it. If you wanted to buy the full game, you didn't have to download anything but like a little kilobyte thing unlocking it.
Yep, that's all I have to do. I mean, like I said, I don't program, but I'm pretty sure it's not hard to put a code in there. The script line in there to say, if player did not buy this, the game is going to be paid for an hour, no saves, no nothing, just it. So, and then it's not hard. People try to make it sound like it's hard to do. It isn't. Your job is to code. You know how to code things like that in there. It's really simple. You know what I mean? So it's not like they can't do it. They've done it before. It's a whole lot easier probably now today. So, people need to stop making excuses and just try sticking up for their hobby. And if you want gaming to grow, we're gonna have to come together as a whole. Not this console versus PC, because that's just silly. But we need to come together as a whole, and then and pretty much demand these companies to tell us, hey, this is what we want. We're paying for these things. We need to have these things. Until then, they're gonna keep doing what they want to do, and that's and that's not right for gamers on consoles and just in general. So
yeah.
Other than that, man, I think I kind of got my message across. Hopefully, if not, go ahead and comment down below, in the video, and go ahead and let us know what you think. And I'll go ahead and put a link to King Grimpachi's channel as well in the description. So please subscribe to his channel. Good guy.
Thanks,
Because good content there. But anyways, man, thanks for coming, man. I'm glad we just got to get some time aside to talk about it, and hopefully get the message out to everybody.